Hi friends, it's Carolyn Zook here with Zook Stitch. Today is Saturday, March 7th, 2020. Welcome to Flosstube. I'm just going to lower this a little bit. There we go. Welcome to Flosstube number 32. I didn't get a whole lot done this week. I don't know if I've lost my stitchy bug or if I've just been really tired. I'm not sure what's going on. But I think this will be a pretty quick video. But I want to share with you what I did get done isn't a whole lot. No Simon sleeping up here today. I'm filming this much later. It's about 4:30 in the afternoon. So the cats just had dinner and they're kind of roaming around now. Actually, Simon is roaming around my feet, so maybe he'll make an appearance later. All right, so first up, I worked a little bit on Harper Haven number 6. So this is what it will look like. My color ink in my printer was going out, so this is a good representation of the color, but you can get an idea of the image. This is by the Bay Needle Arts, Donna Bayless, and that's what it will look like. And this is how far I've gotten now. So I've gotten all the branches done, and now I'm just filling in the leaves so that it'll look like this one. So everything this way is number 5. And so I just have this little tiny bit done on number 6 so far. My goal is to finish the whole 12-part series this year. And then my March goal is to get number 6 done. I'm not doing great on that goal. I might not meet that. I know it's already only the 7th, but I'm having eye surgery. There he is. I put this up and bring it down, and he's there like magic. I'm having my eye surgery on my left eye this coming Friday, which I'm very excited about. So there'll be a few days in there where I won't be able to stitch, but I think overall it'll be much faster than last time just because right now, that's the other thing. I guess I do know why I haven't been stitching as much is because I have 2 different visions in my eye right now, which is really, gives me a lot of headaches. I've had my right eye surgery and that is fine. We interrupt this WIP parade for a quick medical update. I had my post-op appointment this past Thursday and everything looks really good. It's actually 20/20 vision in that eye. Well, sorry, let me tell you a little story. The assistant had me cover up my left eye with the one hasn't been operated yet and had me read the chart with my right eye. And he said, that's great. You're 20/20, well, -1. And I said, wait, what? Did I miss one? And he said, yeah, but that's okay. That's really great vision. I said, no. I said, turn the slide. Let me try this again. So he changed it to a new slide. And he said, yeah, you're still 20/20 -1. I was like, okay, I missed one again. Okay, let me try again. So he flipped the side again and he's like, you know what? He said, it's okay. I'm just going to put 20/20 down. So I kept missing one letter or number. I don't know which one it was. I think it was a different one every time. In my defense, you know those little tiny S's that you have to read? They look like blobs, so they're impossible to tell what they are. But anyway, the surgery, the healing process looks great. The fluttering, I have kind of a constant fluttering in that eye. He said that's normal for another 3 to 6 weeks. And it stings a lot when I put the drops in, but he said that's normal as well. I'm down to 1 drop twice a day in the right eye, which is great, from 3 drops 4 times a day. But that's only until Tuesday when I start the pre-drops for my other eye. But it's going well, everything's healing well, but I still have 2 very different visions in my eyes, so that's making me really tired and not be able to stitch a whole lot. Okay, back to the WIPs. The other piece I worked on was Temperature Tree by Stitchy Mommy. This is what it will look like. You stitch the base of the tree and then each leaf represents a day of the year. And I'm doing the highs for each day. Okay, so that's what it will look, or it'll look something like that. And I got caught up to where I was. I work on this on Sundays. Oh, I forgot to tell you, I am all over the place. Afternoon is not my best time. The Harper Haven fabric is a 32 count smoky vintage white Belfast linen. I really, really like this. I like the It's almost white, but it's a linen-y white, and it has a little bit of movement due to the smoky vintage. Here's my temperature tree. This is on a 32 count light blue Lagana. So the first branch here is January. The second branch is February. I have that all done. So January and February are done. I need to, so the March branch is going to be up here. I need to stitch the branch, and I need to stitch the leaves that we've had so far. I only work on this on Sundays, so this is my Sunday piece. So yeah, that's what I've gotten done so far. And then I had a few new starts thanks to Jan Hicks, hashtag Operation Waiting for Orders. Jan is starting a new start every day until her and her husband get their orders for moving from Hawaii to San Antonio, Texas. I've started 3 new things so far. So not quite the level that Jan is doing, but one of the new starts is Rosewood Manor Spring Quaker. This is what it will look like. And I started up here in the upper left corner on that motif. So Garon Toten Bags is doing a stitch along. I believe it starts March 19th. I started with my 2 friends, Andrea and Robin. We started a little bit early just because, well, really because we couldn't wait. And I have not gotten very far on mine. This is all I've gotten. And I am stitching on the called for, which is a 28 count Valor by Picture This Plus. Lovely, lovely fabric. I struggled quite a bit for some reason getting this with the putting it into the Q-snap. Like I couldn't turn the clamps at all, and I actually hurt my hands and I couldn't tighten it. I don't know why. It's gotten a lot better. So I was trying to read my notes because I said trouble with Q-snap, and so it was really stiff and tight, and I've never had that before, and I could barely turn the clamps to tighten it. But I did eventually get it, and it's starting to work itself out, and get a little bit easier the more I stitch on it. And I also had trouble, so I've never used Valdani threads before. They are beautiful. They're wonderful to use. They're very easy to use. So don't feel intimidated by them or anything. They're gorgeous, gorgeous, overdyed. But you typically use them as they come off the ball. So they are 3 strands and you use all 3 strands. Well, I have a little bit of trouble threading 3 strands. So, you know, it's been a learning. I would normally use a 28 needle on 28 count fabric, but I went up to 26 just for the bigger eye, which helped a lot with the threading. So that's where we're at. And the grime guard is, of course, from Garon Toten Bags. This is their Spring Quaker grime guard. And so I don't know, they might have a few left that they'll be posting in a little bit. But yeah, so that's Spring Quaker. That's really fun. And we're just working on the first motif there. Next, I started Easter Parade by Blackbird Designs. This chart has two charts in it. One is the bunny and one is the basket, and I have started them both. So, let's see. Which one is this? I have a little tiny, see, I had to put an arrow on it to mark which way is up. This is the start of the basket. This is all I have. It's just that little, I started in the middle on this one, so my guess is it's basically right there with those little flowers poking out the basket. This is on a, the fabric is a 28 count Lugana, and it says, the tag says it's ivory, and that is what it's called. It's looking ivory to you. It is more, in real life, it's like a really light peach color. It's really perfect, I think, for this pattern. But I was surprised when it said that it was called ivory, because it's not at all ivory if you see it in person. So that was my start on the basket by Blackbird Designs, and then I did start on the bunny as well. And this was so super fun. Again, this is on the same fabric. They just cut the piece of fabric in half for me and serged the edges. So this is just the border, Just got a little tiny start, but that was super fun. I'm really enjoying the spring stitching right now. So maybe that's the mood I'm in. So that's what I've worked on this week. There were a couple of days where I just was super tired and couldn't, my eyes wouldn't focus and my brain fog. You know, when your eyes are constantly trying to adjust and see the world, it's really tiring. And so a lot of it is that I'm very, very tired at the end of the day after working all day and staring at a computer screen. I work 10-hour days. So typically I don't have to work on Fridays. This week I did have to work on Friday. We had an event. So that's what's going on with that. Now I want to show you haul because so my P.O. box is not open on Saturdays. You can get in to collect packages that have been delivered, but you can't mail anything and you can't buy anything. So I went and I got a bunch of packages that have been sitting there for a while. Okay, so I got my color and cotton. I believe this is the February colors. Look how pretty those are. Those are good February colors. And I think my March ones just shipped, so they should be here any minute as well. I got from my local needlework shop, Acorns and Threads. This is a Silken Colors Elephants and Castles. So what this is a color that I needed for my chatelaine that they had discontinued for a long time. And then they actually brought it back. I found out when I went into my LNS right before Christmas that they were bringing this back. And it just came in, probably because they had to work out getting the dye lots and all of that. But that came in, so now I have all the colors I need for my chatelaine. So now there's no more excuses to start it. Instagram is very dangerous. I was looking through Instagram and I found a chart I had to have from 1884 Stitchery. This is from the company, I think it's called Stitches Through the Years. Stitches Through the Years. I haven't heard of that designer before. It's called Magic of Winter. Look at this. Isn't that beautiful? I just love this little scene here. There's a little bunny. There's a little sleigh. And they have little snowflakes. I think that's going to just be adorable. So I had to have it. So I bought that from 1884 Stitchery. And then I also bought a different pattern. I think I've bought in the past a pattern for the Smalls Exchange at StitchCon. I don't think I'm doing the original one I bought, so I bought a new one, which I can't really show you. I'll show you afterwards, after StitchCon happens. But I did get that as well from 1884 Stitchery. And then I had a couple of gift cards to 123 Stitch from Christmas that was burning a hole in my pocket. So I asked my friends, and this is a good question for you. So I have these gift cards, and I asked my friends Robin and Andrea, I said, when you get gift cards to a stitching shop or to 123 Stitch, what do you use it on? Do you use it to kit up a piece? Do you use it to buy a whole bunch of charts? Do you stock up on fabric or floss? How do you use gift cards? So I don't know how I use them. I think typically I like to buy something that I wouldn't already buy. So meaning I wouldn't be as likely to kit up a project if it's something I can kit up anyway on my own, unless it's a more expensive project to kit up. Then I can say, oh, my friends helped me kit this project up as I'm stitching it, and that brings a little bit meaning to the piece. What I ended up doing with my gift cards is I ended up buying all charts. I think that was Andrea who said that she buys all charts, which I think is a good, because I do have a lot of more expensive charts. By more expensive, I mean like the $30 range charts that I do really want in my stash. So here's what I got with those gift cards. I picked up Spring at Hawk Run Hollow. 2021 is going to be the year of Hawk Run Hollow for me. I'm planning on it. I know it's only February. But I want autumn at Hawk Run Hollow. I want Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow. I want Christmas. So this one was actually on sale. So it was like about $5 off at 123 Stitch. And it's just all these little sweet little spring scenes. So I got this. and I'm really excited about that, and I have it on sale. I always worry that these are going to go out of print or something. I've not heard anything. It's just something I worry about. And then I've really wanted the lavender and lace Celtic women. So I picked up 4 of them. Okay. And I realized that I'm missing one of them. So I got Celtic Spring. Isn't she pretty? I know you can see part of the chart, but you probably can't do anything with what you're seeing. So Celtic Summer. Isn't she pretty? And this is one of my favorites, Celtic Winter. Ms. Oh So Crafty Stephanie did a color change where she did all gorgeous shades of blue. So I might see if I can get her color conversion, but I just think that's beautiful. And then this one I love, Celtic Christmas. I think it's so regal and gorgeous. And look at that dress with the gold beading on it. And then I realized I don't have Celtic Autumn. So I'm not sure if that exists or where that is, but I do need to find Celtic Autumn, and then my collection will be complete. So thanks to my friends who gave me those gift cards, and I'm really, really happy with the purchases. Last thing I got, and I saw this on Stitching with the Housewives. Shoot. Oh, here it is. It's from an Etsy shop called As the You Flies, you being YOO, and it's from Chris. It is a stitching journal. I think Chris sent one to Priscilla and Chelsea, and I saw it and I had to go and buy it. It's a fabric covered journal. It has this elastic to keep everything enclosed. So it's a traveler's note. If you're from the planning world, like I am, it's a traveler's notebook. And for those of you who don't know what that is, I'll explain it in just a minute. But I just want you to look at this. So this is actually stitched. It says stitch on. It's on a little piece of 14 count, maybe. And then she did a zigzag stitch around it. It's just stinking adorable. She added this little charm that says stitch on. I don't know if you can read that. It's upside down, I realize, but stitch on, this cute little charm. And then this fabric is just alphabet fabric, black and white. It's gorgeous. And so she sewed this cover all together. And then she also threw in a pin that just fell into my lap. And so in the inside is more beautiful fabric. Look at these reinforced holes at the top. And so what a traveler's notebook is this one has 2 elastic threads that you slide pages under to create a book. Okay, so she has a plastic cover over the cover page that goes around to the back and the back page. Okay, and then this is like a project inventory. You can use it however you want. So you have project list where you can list your WIPs. And then this is the kind of the bulk of the journal. This is to keep track of your project. So some of you use the Xstitch app. I do as well. I just haven't been great with keeping up with it. I don't know why. So I thought this would be great. So it covers pattern name, pattern designer, date started, date completed, your fabric used, stitch count, floss used. So this column is for floss used, and this is the dates you worked on it, any notes you made. And so there's several of those pages. And then, there's a lot. For some of you, I asked on my Facebook group how many WIPs you have. Some of you have 100. Some of you have 60 or more. So this would actually probably hold, I bet those of you who have 60, this would probably hold, I don't know. There's a lot of pages here. These are all project pages. And then we get to the second booklet, which is this really pretty cardstock. And there's a little folder in here. And then this whole book is just for notes and inventory. So however you want to use this, if you want to write out your stitchy dreams, if you want to track your fabric or your floss or your chart inventory, and electronic apps don't really work well for you, you can use this. And then there's another pocket at the back. And then this is the in sheet that's covered, protected, and like a really nice feeling sleeve. And it's Creatively Chris Journals, a division of As the U Flies. And I will link this down below if you are interested. You can also, so this whole journal, handmade journal, hand sewn, hand put together, is was $30. And for just the quality, I mean, you know how long it takes to sew or craft to do our projects. But again, look, she has reinforced holes. This is on there. I mean, I don't think $30 is bad at all for this. And for $5, you can order a PDF download of all the pages I just showed you. And so then you can put them at home. So when you fill up the pages, or if you make a mistake on the page and you want a fresh copy, you can pay $5 and you can reprint as many pages as you want. So that's what I got. I really, really love that. Okay, giveaways. So Simon was here and now I lost. I'm not blaming Simon. I lost a couple things that I was going to show you for my giveaways. I found it. I found what I needed. So last week, I redrew for winners for Daisy pattern by Rivaris and for the farm pattern by Rivaris. I still haven't heard from these two winners, so I'm still looking for Jenny D. You won the farm. I need your address so I could get it mailed to you. Leslie Wilson, you won the Daisy, so I do need your address as well. So if you know either of those individuals or you see them around, please let them know that they won and I need their address. So I have 4 giveaways this time, I think, that I'm going to give away. First up, this is part of haul as well that I'm going to also give away. This is the March 2020 issue of the World of Crossstitching. It's a spring issue. It's very cute. I'm not going to stitch anything from it, so I'm going to give it away to you guys. But what I am going to do before I give it away is I'm going to do a flip through. I've heard from a couple of people that the flip throughs help them decide if they want to go and try to find this issue and buy it for themselves to get the patterns out of it. So this is the World of Cross-Stitching. If you want this one, say something about March. Anything about March. Okay? Then, along with that, and I'm going to separate this out as 2 separate giveaways. With that March issue came a little free kit called Hello Little One. Isn't that sweet? For those of you who have new babies or new grandbabies, I know there's a lot of you. I see you on my Facebook group. I think that'd be so sweet. So for this one, say something about baby. Okay? And then the next, I have 5, I guess. I have 5 charts to give away. 5 things to give away. So this is from Susan. Susan sent me a stack of charts to give away on my channel. So this is one of the ones she gave. This is called French Country Apple. Look at that. Isn't that so sweet? I think that's so cute. It's a small chart. It's 48 stitches wide by 65 stitches high. I mean, of course, they did it in it calls for Weeks Dye Works or sampler threads from the Gentle Art, or you could do it DMC. But the neat thing about this is you can change it to any color that fits your decor. Or if you have a teacher in your life, I know teacher gifts. The end of the school year is coming up. There's a little squirrel. That's what I keep looking at, is this little squirrel right here. I think that's cute. So if you want this, say something about apple. By the way, my favorite apple is Envy, E-N-V-Y. If you've never had Envy apples, you should give them a try. They are more expensive, but they are delicious. There's your apple topic for the day. And then the last 2 charts are from Robin Hall from Bird's Eye Stitcher. I think I got that right this time. She had sent me a whole stack of charts to give away as well, so thank you, Robin. And this is actually a book. It's called From the Vineyard, and there are some of the patterns. This one says, a loaf of bread, a bottle of wine, and thou. You could change it to you if you wanted. And then there's more on the back. I love cooking with wine. Sometimes I even put it in the food. Life is too short to drink cheap wine. This, look, isn't that beautiful? It's a towel, like a tea towel, and you stitch the grapes onto it. I think that's really pretty. So you get all of these charts, like it's a whole book. So if you want this, say something about wine, W-I-N-E. And then the last one, also from Robin. This is it's called Cross and Patch by Celebrations Emmy Bishop. This is a wedding sampler. Okay, so it's from 1992. So I'm going to turn it around and show you a picture of it finished. But please keep in mind it's from 1992. Okay. And so you get this design for this little wedding pillow, the ring pillow, and then this, and it looks like there's some hardanger around the border. And it says, together forever, and then you write the first person's name, the second person's name, and then like the name of the church or the place where the couple got married, the city, and the date. So that's what that says in there. So it's a very simple sampler. I like it a lot. Oh, okay. So, okay. So they do give you instructions on the back on how to do that. They aren't quite calling it hardanger, but it's hardanger, right? So what it is, so it might be a little more advanced, but if you don't want to do the hardanger, you can just stitch those, right? You just pick a color and stitch the border. I mean, you don't have to do the hardanger. So what the chart is the chart is actually just this top part and then the border, and then you have to fill in and space it accordingly, the names. They do give you an alphabet to choose from. So if you want this, say something about wedding, okay? So that's the giveaways for this week. You need to be 18 so you can give me your address. Please don't say giveaway. I will give you 2 weeks to get back to me, and then I will redraw just because to keep things moving along. I upload videos every 2 weeks, so I figure 2 weeks is fair. And I think that's it. So plans, I didn't write plans down. All I wrote down were my WIPs and new starts, and this is me freeforming it. Plans for this week, I need to do my, because it's the 7th, and I haven't done my full coverage on the 5th, my farewell to anger. So I'm going to try to get 4 hours of that in this week. I'm probably going to work a little bit on Spring Quaker and then the temperature tree. And that will probably take up the week. And my next eye surgery is on Friday the 13th. Who has surgery on Friday the 13th? Not that I'm suspicious, but just kidding. It'll be fine. So Friday the 13th will be my other eye surgery, so I will probably not be stitching for a few days. And then I'll figure out the rest of my plans from there. I will say my stitch from stash is pretty much out of the water now. I'm no longer even keeping track. That lasted a month barely, but not even really. My year of WIPs is going. I would still like to try to keep up with it. It's a pretty quick pace. I did really well in January. I did really well up until I had the surgery on my eye. But, sometimes things are going to happen. I'm not giving up yet. I still won't be entered for the drawing because I'm not even going to try the stitch from stash. But yeah, it's still it's really motivating to get me to keep working on my goals. And the biggest one for this year, of course, is to finish Harper Haven this year. And then I started all these 3 new starts and got into the Quakers and all of that. So, yeah, I think it'll be good. I'm excited, and I think that's it. Am I forgetting anything? I don't think so. So, take care, and happy stitching, and I will check back in with you in 2 weeks. Bye.